God's will is your path to joy. In life's journey, finding what pleases God can illuminate your way. This morning brings a fresh start, inviting peace and clarity to your heart. In this moment of prayer, we will uncover guidance and purpose for today. God's will is your path to joy. In life's journey, finding what pleases God can illuminate your way. This morning brings a fresh start, inviting peace and clarity to your heart. In this moment of prayer, we will uncover guidance and purpose for today. As we begin this new day, let us turn our hearts toward God's message for us. Prove to yourselves the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Rome 12:2. Take a moment to let these words settle in your heart. As we embrace the gentle light of this morning, I invite you to draw near and listen closely to the wisdom of Scripture. Prove to yourselves the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Allow these profound words to fill your spirit, inviting you into a deeper understanding and connection with His divine purpose. Take a moment to let these words settle in your heart. In the letter to the Romans, Paul is addressing a diverse community of believers in Rome, encouraging them to live in a way that aligns with God's intentions. Paul emphasizes transformation and renewal of the mind as essential to discerning what is truly good and pleasing to God, inviting the church to seek a deeper understanding of His will amid their varied cultural influences. As we consider this invitation, let us quiet our hearts and minds, allowing room for God's gentle guidance to enter our thoughts. In this letter penned to the Romans, the Apostle Paul speaks to a varied community of believers, urging them to pursue a life that reflects the deeper intentions of God. He highlights the importance of undergoing a transformation in our thinking, which is vital for recognizing what is genuinely good and pleasing in God's eyes. This call to renewal comes as a profound invitation to navigate through the complexities of their diverse cultural influences, encouraging them to search for a more profound understanding of His purpose. In this serene moment, let us prepare ourselves to enter into a space of reflection, opening our hearts to the possibilities of God's guidance. As we stand on the threshold of a new day, we reflect on the essence of seeking purpose in our lives, a desire that resonates deeply within our hearts and guides our decisions and interactions. By contemplating our journey, we open ourselves to understanding what it means to find fulfillment and clarity in God's purpose. The theme of our devotion today leads us to explore the beautiful process of discovering God's purpose, embracing the journey that comes with it. This theme is especially meaningful for us right now, reminding us that each moment holds the potential for divine revelation, bringing clarity and assurance as we navigate the uncertainties of our lives. As we awaken to this new day, we find ourselves longing for direction and meaning, a search that is often woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Today, we embark on a journey of discovering God's purpose, recognizing that within each of us lies the potential to uncover a unique path shaped by His will. This exploration matters profoundly for us at this moment, as it assures us that amidst life's challenges, we are invited to embrace the clarity and peace that comes from aligning our lives with His divine intention. As we continue to open our hearts to God's guidance, we see His intention for our lives unfolding with clarity. In the unfolding of God's will, we find that it is rooted in His goodness and perfection, inviting us to trust the very nature of who He is. This truth reveals God's unwavering heart, constantly drawing us toward the higher purpose that flows from his love and wisdom. As we hold on to the invitation of discovering God's purpose, we recognize that his will is not only good but also perfect, designed to guide us in love and wisdom. In this divine promise, we see God's steadfast heart, revealing to us that his intentions are always aligned with his perfect love, leading us gently through the complexities of our lives and inviting us into a deeper communion with him. As we dwell on the goodness and perfection of God's will, we find ourselves opening to his presence in each moment. This truth encourages us to perceive our daily experiences as opportunities for connection, recognizing the gentle nudges of his purpose in our hearts. We are invited into a posture of quiet receptivity, allowing our faith to weave itself through our ordinary lives, savoring each moment as a glimpse of his design. In embracing the goodness and perfection that reflects God's will, we might find ourselves noticing how his gentle guidance shapes our responses to the world around us. Each moment can become a sacred space, where his purpose is revealed in the smallest details of our lives, inviting us to trust in his unfolding plan. This awareness beckons us to remain open and attentive, aligning our hearts with his whispers, fostering a deeper connection to the divine presence that accompanies us daily. The awareness of God's goodness nudges our hearts inward toward a deeper emotional resonance. We find ourselves cushioning the weight of longing and weariness that often nestles within us, sensing a presence that attunes to our struggles. In this sacred moment, nothing is required of us. We are simply met with compassion and held gently in a love that reassures. As we pause in this stillness, we feel the tender touch of God's purpose drawing nearer, softly illuminating our quiet longings and lifting the weariness from our hearts. We recognize that we are not alone in our vulnerability, that our aches and hopes are known, and in this knowing, we find a rest that envelopes us like a warm embrace. God's nearness settles over us, allowing our spirits to exhale the weight they carry, inviting us to simply be as we are, held, seen, and embraced in gentle assurance. This reflection guides us gently into a deeper sense of reassurance and emotional support, inviting us to embrace the tranquility of being cradled in God's purpose. In this moment, we can rest assured that God's presence surrounds us, providing steadfast comfort and the assurance that we are not alone in our journey. With hearts open and filled with quiet hope, we prepare ourselves to connect more deeply in prayerful intimacy, ready to respond to God's faithfulness sustaining us. As we settle into this moment, we can feel that gentle reminder of God's unwavering love and care. It envelops us and assures us that his purpose is woven into the very fabric of our being. We are safe within his embrace, strengthened by the knowledge that we are guided and held. Let us linger in this stillness, ready to breathe in the hope that awaits us as we turn our hearts closer in prayer. In our daily lives, we often reflect on our choices and the deeper reasons behind them, sensing the pull towards a greater purpose. Perhaps as we sip our morning coffee, we find ourselves pondering a decision, wondering how it aligns with what we truly feel led to pursue. In those moments of reflection, we can sense the gentle invitation to seek clarity, opening our hearts to understand how God's perfect will might weave into our lives. As we sit quietly, cup in hand, we may recognize those moments when uncertainty looms. A choice at work, a relationship guiding our thoughts, or even a feeling of longing for deeper meaning. In those serene yet challenging instances, there lies an opportunity for our spirits to connect with God's promises, inviting us to surrender and listen to His purpose gently unfolding within us. There are times when we sit quietly, wondering about our path, feeling a gentle tug at our hearts, seeking to understand what truly brings us joy and purpose. In those moments, we might feel a mix of uncertainty and hope, longing for clarity amidst the whispers of our innermost desires. It is in these spaces of questioning that we often notice God quietly affirming our worth and guiding us, reminding us we are not alone in our search. As we find ourselves in those reflective moments, seeking to discern God's purpose, we may feel a soft warmth enveloping us, reminding us of a guiding presence amid our uncertainty. We might quietly acknowledge that while the path ahead can seem unclear, there is a gentle assurance that nudges our hearts toward trust and hope. God, in His faithfulness, whispers to us that our journey matters, even when clarity feels distant, encouraging us to lean in and listen. In the quiet moments of our reflection, we began to notice a deeper understanding unfolding within us. We felt an acknowledgement that sometimes our search for purpose leads us not to answers, but to a place of peace in surrender. It was as if we realized that the journey itself holds meaning, and we are not alone in it. In that realization, we sensed God's gentle presence, reminding us that He walks beside us, guiding our hearts. This awareness invites us to draw nearer, to bring our yearning and questions before Him. The journey of seeking purpose is a meaningful path in itself, filled with God's presence. God's gentle presence accompanies us on our journey, offering peace amidst our questions. In the quiet moments of our reflection, we began to notice a deeper understanding unfolding within us. We felt an acknowledgement that sometimes our search for purpose leads us not to answers, but to a place of peace in surrender. It was as if we realized that the journey itself holds meaning, and we are not alone in it. In that realization, we sensed God's gentle presence, reminding us that He walks beside us, guiding our hearts. This awareness invites us to draw nearer, to bring our yearning and questions before Him. In moments of quiet longing, we often find ourselves searching for meaning and direction, just as we have explored together. This reflection may resonate deeply within, awakening a similar sense of desire for clarity and understanding in our own hearts. What we journey through is a shared experience, a testament to our collective human search for purpose, revealing how God's presence surrounds us both, drawing us closer. As we pause in this reassuring stillness, we may find that our individual quests for understanding and significance are united in this sacred space, where God's nearness beckons to us gently. With every shared breath, we recognize that in our quest for purpose, we are not alone. We are intertwined in a common yearning that invites His loving guidance. We are invited to discover the unique purpose God has woven into our lives. In every moment of uncertainty, we can trust that God is guiding our paths with unwavering love. There is a quiet assurance that fills our hearts, reminding us that we are deeply held by that purpose. As we embrace this sacred journey of discovering God's purpose, we find ourselves enveloped in a gentle reminder of His enduring presence. Even amid the ambiguity and questions, we realize we are guided by a divine hand, weaving all things together for our good. This truth settles within us, forming a foundation of peace, allowing us to rest in the confidence that we are never alone in this pursuit of purpose. While we may seek and wonder, we know that we are fully known and loved, creating a steadfast heart prepared to approach our conversation with God in prayer. The gentle stirrings of our hearts embrace a quiet trust in what God holds for us, inviting us to explore the contours of His intention for our lives. We find ourselves at a place of openness, ready to lean into the understanding that God's plans bring peace and direction. As we contemplate the depth of His purpose, we are softly drawn to rest in the assurance that leaning upon Him reveals the path ahead. In this moment of reflection, we feel the soft pull of faith inviting us to draw closer to God, where our uncertainties give way to His love and guidance. It is here, within His embrace, that we may begin to unveil the beautiful plans He has woven for each of us. We breathe in this sacred invitation, allowing our hearts to unfurl as we lean into the trust that He is unveiling our purpose day by day, leading us gently toward prayer. Hope rests softly upon our hearts, reminding us that every moment of today is cradled in divine purpose. As we begin this day, we are enveloped in a promise of guidance and love that gently illuminates our path. God's presence surrounds us, infusing our hearts with peace and calm, affirming that we do not walk alone as we step into the unknown. Together, we are upheld by a faithful hand that cherishes our journey, assuring us that we are covered in grace and buoyed by unwavering love. With our hearts open and receptive, let us carry this hope of God's purpose into the day ahead, trusting in His nearness and care to guide each step we take. We are blessed to be held in His faithful embrace, ready to speak directly with our Creator who walks with us. As we embrace the calm of this morning, we find ourselves surrounded by the warmth of God's loving purpose, nurturing a spirit of hope and intent as we turn our thoughts toward Him. In this moment, we share a tender stillness, gathering in heart and mind, united in our desire to seek His guidance and understanding together. With open hearts, we attune our spirits to the gentle whisper of His will, resting in the assurance that we are ready to enter into a space of sincere communication. In the stillness of this morning, our hearts unite in a peaceful anticipation, drawn together by the hope of discovering God's purpose for our lives. As we settle into this sacred moment, we allow His presence to envelop us, creating a tender sanctuary where we can lean into prayer, fully expectant of the guidance that comes from Him. Deep appreciation for God's guidance and purpose in our lives, a heart of reverence recognizing God's perfect nature, and character a tranquil and sacred atmosphere of worshipful connection with God as we stand in the quiet of this moment. We are grateful, Lord, for Your ever-present guidance and the steadfast love that surrounds us. We honor You, God, as the source of light and truth, who reveals the beauty of Your will and invites us into a purpose far beyond our understanding. With thankful hearts, we praise Your goodness, faithfulness, and justice, knowing that in Your presence we are made whole. We remain in awe of Your constancy and care, acknowledging that every plan You have for us is rooted in love. We cherish this time to worship and adore You, resting in Your embrace as we prepare our hearts to continue our conversation with You. The prayer gently invites God to work within us, shaping our thoughts and guiding our daily decisions through His purpose. The blessing offered is tender and warm, enveloping each listener in peace and a sense of divine presence. We find ourselves aligning with God's heart, ready to embrace His guidance in all aspects of our lives. As we draw near to you, we receive the fullness of your presence, allowing your purpose to take root deep within our hearts. We trust in your guidance for the decisions we face today, knowing that you are with us in every unseen moment. May your peace fill our inner lives, calming any uncertainty and leading us toward paths of joy and fulfillment. As we walk through this day, we rest in your faithful covering, assured that you illuminate our steps with grace and wisdom, gently preparing our hearts to embrace the blessings you have in store. As we bring our hearts to a close this morning, we trust in God's perfect guidance, feeling the gentle assurance that He holds our lives with care. In this moment of stillness, we find deep peace and confidence, knowing that we can lay our burdens down and rest in His faithful provision. With our spirits settled in this sacred space, we embrace the comfort of His presence, feeling the warmth of His love as we prepare for our final Amen. Dear God, as we conclude this time of prayer, we rest in the certainty of your perfect will for our lives, allowing your peace to fill our hearts and minds, resting assured that you guide our steps with love. Let us carry this hope into our day, trusting in your continual faithfulness. Amen. We invite you to carry this sense of peace with you into your day, allowing it to guide your thoughts and actions. If you wish, feel free to return to our channel for more moments of reflection and encouragement whenever you need them. We're here to share this journey together, always finding warmth and companionship in our connection. As we take a moment to cherish the peace we've shared, let us carry this prayerful spirit into our day, embracing the possibilities that lie ahead. Should you choose to connect further, we welcome you back to our space of reflection anytime you desire. Remember, this journey is yours, filled with gentle choices and moments of grace. Seeking clarity and guidance in discovering God's unique purpose for our lives, the daily challenges we face, our inner struggles, and the burdens we carry, silently a collective reliance on God's wisdom and loving care for our lives as we gather in this moment of prayer. We recognize our deep dependence on you, Lord, and we bring before you our desire to discover your purpose in our lives. We ask you to illuminate our paths, giving us the clarity to understand the steps we should take, whether in our work, relationships, or personal growth. We also lift up the daily challenges that weigh on our hearts, the unseen burdens we carry, and the inner struggles that can overshadow our peace. In all these things, we trust in your wisdom, knowing that you hear our requests and that you care for us. We remain open to the ways you may respond, confident that our journey is held in your hands.